Okay, we're getting ready to make the butter pecan cream pie. Now, I'm not going to put meringue on this pie. I'm going to put a piece of plastic wrap over it and to keep it from making a skin. And I'm going to let it get cold, and I'm going to make a whipped cream to go on top of it. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to read you what all I've got down here. Then we're going to put them in a certain order. We've got brown sugar, whole milk, half and half, salt, flour, eggs, butter, vanilla, and butter pecan flavoring, and 1/2 to 3/4 cups of finely chopped toasted pecans, and 1 9-inch baked pie shell, which I already have done here. So we've got that ready. Now, the first thing we're going to do, flour clumps. So when you got sugar, mix it with your sugar. And I'm telling this to the young cooks. You older cooks that already know this stuff, I got to go let Katie in just a second. Katie, this aggravates me to death sometimes. She's worse than a baby. Okay, we've got the brown sugar in here, and you're going to need a heavy bottomed pan. Don't use a little thin pan to make cream pies because you've got flour and stuff in it and they will stick. You have to stir them all the time, and the heavier your bottom, the better off you'll be. It spreads the heat more evenly. Now, I've got a whisk. Where is my whisk? Right here. Well, that's not the one I want. Where's my other one? Oh, Lordy. Just a second, guys. Okay, I found it. Now, we're going to put, this is 3 tablespoons of, you can use all-purpose flour or self-rising, either one. It doesn't really make that much difference. But this is all-purpose. Plus, I have a little bit over a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Just a smidgen, not more than that. Okay, I'm going to mix that in with my brown sugar. And this is my dry materials right now. We're going to get this mixed up together. I'm going to try to. Brown sugar usually lumps up pretty good, so I'm going to get all this kind of in here before we go to the stove. Now, I've got 1 cup of whole milk and 1 cup of half and half right here. I'm going to pour about a cup of this in here to get this mixed up, because when it's thicker and like a paste, you can get the lumps out of it a lot easier. So I'm going to pour some in here, and I'm going to stir it around. Now you see what I'm talking about. There's no lumps in there. If you try to just put the flour in there, you're going to get lumps. Now, the brown sugar, I used 1 cup of packed dark brown sugar and a 1/4 cup of light brown sugar packed. So that's my ratio of brown sugar. I thought about using all dark brown sugar, but I didn't. Now we're going to put in 3 egg yolks. I've got 3 egg yolks right here. We're going to get them in here, get them mixed up good before we get too much liquid in it. Now we're going to put the rest of our milk in. Now I have 1 teaspoon of butter pecan flavoring, and I have a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. And I am going to mix it in right now. A lot of people don't like to do that, but I do. And I can always add a little bit more when the pudding is pretty much done if I want to. And I always add my butter right now. I never add butter at the end. I add it right now because it helps keep it from sticking. Excuse me. Let me pause you for a minute and take you over to the other side. Okay, guys, we're on the other side. Here's my toasted pecans. I've still got them in the skillet where I toasted them a while ago. And I did put a little video on there telling you all how to toast pecans if you don't know how. It's not hard, but it makes the pecans have a much buttery, pecan-y flavor. You know, it's much better. So we're going to turn the stove on about, mine goes up from 1 or low all the way to high, and it skips like 1, 3, 5, 7 high. So I'm going to put mine on 7. And you have to whisk this all the time. You cannot walk away from this pie because it has flour in it. It will stick. It will burn quickly. So you have to stand and pretty much stir. So now we're getting it in here. And I will put the pecans in just a few minutes when it gets hot. I'm going to wait until it gets hot. Then I'm going to put my pecans in. If I don't slosh it down on the stove. Let me kind of see if I can get a taste of that. Might need just a little bit more butter pecan flavoring, so I'm going to get it out. I'm going to have the lid off of it so I can use it if I need to. Excuse me, you all, I'm sorry. This is kind of it's kind of on the order of a butterscotch pie, but it's not really a butterscotch pie because you don't use all brown sugar. I don't, not my butterscotch pies. I don't. I use some brown sugar, but I use white sugar too. And the 3 egg yolks, I like to use 3 egg yolks in a pie like this because it helps it form better and stay together better. Gives her a richer consistency. So will the half and half give you a richer pie. And so we're hoping that this turns out good. I hope this is a good pie. That way I won't have to work on it anymore. I have been mulling around doing a cookbook. I'm thinking about it. My problem is getting somebody to type all the recipes. Robert's going to be in charge of the cookbook. I'm going to put Robert in charge of cookbooks. He's in charge of all the stuff like that.
Robert ain't in charge of nothing. Robert's covered up, Jack. Robert can't do that. What are you cooking, Caddy?
I'm making a butter pecan cream pie.
Need me to help stir?
No, I got it.
She said I'm in charge of something. I'm covered up, Jack. Covered up. Brains full.
What was you picking on Katie earlier for?
Katie wants to stay in my lap all the time.
She loves you, Kathy.
I know she does, but my goodness, I got some things to do. I got some pies to make in here. I got people to talk to out here.
Today's high, Kathy scolded her. Poor Katie.
Now, when all this butter melts,
Poor Katie.
that tells me that it's time to watch the pie, put my pecans in. Now, I'm going to kind of watch this as I do this. Make sure I'm not getting too much.
That's just a good girl.
I'm going to try them all. We'll see how it turns out. If it's too many pecans, I won't do it next time.
Little baby. She was hiding from you. She was scolded. Poor little girl.
Right, Katie? Poor little
Yeah,
Katie.
she's a poor little thing, all
Poor
right.
little Katie.
Okay, I can feel it kind of starting to try to stick a little bit, so I'm going to turn it down just a notch down to 5. And if you'll notice, I haven't stopped doing this. Pies are a labor of love when you do them this way. And I can feel it starting to thicken up. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit more to 3 because I don't want it to stick. It'll still cook. It's sure is smelling good. I don't know if it is good, but it sure does smell good. Oops. I always slosh this stuff over on the stove because I try to keep the whisk going, and sometimes I whisk too rough. But you got to get those little corners of your pan. If you don't, you have stick. It's getting thicker. You all can probably see it. And I baked just a 9-inch standard pie shell. I didn't buy a deep dish. It's just a standard. Getting thicker, thicker, thicker. As you can see, it's getting quite a bit thicker. And we want it to get pretty thick before we put it in there. And I always whisk it really hard here because I thought about putting a little bit of cream cheese in it, but I didn't. Okay, I think that's thick enough. Now I'm going to take it off the heat. And I'm going to taste this filling. Needs just a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to pause you for a second. Well, I'll just back you up here and I'll just put the pie crust right over here. And there's the pie crust. Now we're going to pour it into our pie shell. I hope I don't have too much. This might be more of a deep dish pie because when you add that cup, 3/4 cup of pecans, it takes up more space. So I'm gonna have some pudding here for Robert. Let me pause you just a second. Hey guys. I got the pie fixed, and right there it is. I've got the wrap over it, and now all I got to do is put it in the fridge, let it get cold, probably till tomorrow, and then I'll fix some whipped cream and go on top of it, and I'll make sure Robert comes back and tells you all how it tastes, what he thinks about it, and maybe some others. So we'll talk to you all later. Try this if you want to, but if you want to wait and see what we think, that's okay too. Bye-bye.